Hi, my name is Jacob. My mom is white, my dad is black. I grew up in Compton, California. I went to Dominguez High School. Some would say that I'm too black for my white friends and too white for my black friends. It's a delicate balance that I have to try to maintain. It's very difficult for for me at this age, dealing with the peer pressure and the social groups. And I always wonder where I fit in at, and what do I, how can I make the necessary adjustments when dealing with my particular peer groups. And my peer groups, it depends on, who I'm with that day. If I go to my mother's parents' home outside the city limits, I'm dealing with a different set of circumstances than I would if I was in the inner city of Compton dealing with my dad's um, mom and dad. Something to note when visiting my grandparents on my mother's side, my grandfather naturally thinks I can play basketball. And I told him I'm more of a chess player than a basketball player. Or if I'm over at my dad's parents' home, my grandfather tells me I should go to the military. Neither of which I'm sure I want to do yet. I'm still relatively young, and I haven't made exactly haven't made my mind up on exactly what I want to do at this point in this stage of my life. What I'm hoping to do and what I am doing is two different things. Like I said, I think I'm still young. I still got a lot of things to figure out. I'm still trying to understand why I'm put in a box as to whether I'm white or black. My dad will always tell me that no matter what, you're black. But I haven't experienced the same racial strife and discrimination that he has. I get all the love and support from my mother's side of the family, who is white, and I don't get so much that same love from my father's side of the family that is black. But at the same time, my dad would always tell me, "Well, the world thinks you're black, son, so that's what you are." And that's a difficult concept for me to grasp. I'm supposed to somehow embrace the black side of me and completely ignore the white side of me. My grandfather on my mother's side would say, Jacob, you can do anything you put your mind to. Well, my grandfather on my dad's side would say, you need to pick up a basketball. Them books ain't gonna do nothing for you. So it's difficult. Of course I love my father. I love my grandparents on both sides. So this is something, that I've found difficult in my upbringing, that I have to make these little changes in my behavior based on which peer group I associate with. I don't, I do familiarize myself with both sides of my culture. And for me to pay attention to one is to distance myself from the other, according to some people. I don't believe this to be true. I think I have in me a diverse culture, and I'm willing to, broaden my horizons and learn more about whatever those cultures entail, whether it be white or black. Um, it's hard for me to say, you know, it's hard for me to make a decision when I'm filling out a form and they're asking, questions like, are white, black, Native American, Pacific Islander. I always wonder, what should I put? What am I? Am I other? These are things that may not be a big deal to a lot of people, but these are things that they plague me, and I'm working on that. I'm also working on my jump shot just to appease my dad and my grandfather. But I've mastered the game of chess according to what my mom likes. So, I take the bitter with the sweet. One thing I'd like to do is to learn little bit more about um, how to cook what my grandfather cooks, as opposed to what my grandfather on my mother's side cooks. My dad always tells me, you just got to put some more sauce on it, and he'll say, "Oh, They only put salt and pepper on their meat over there, son. So I like the cooking side of things. Definitely, I think I can more relate to the cuisine of my black side of the family more than my white side of the family. But I don't know if that would be considered racist. Is that discriminatory to say that? I don't know. But that's one of those things that, I find difficult. It's difficult to be, I've been called a half breed, a mixed breed, I've been called a white boy, I've been called too white, I've been called a nigger, I've been called, everything. It's difficult to be of mixed race in this country, in the world at large. But these are the things that I face. And as it stands, I think I've done a good job at it.